easy go.
Right guys, this is going to be a 300k Nightfall solo on the Warden of Nothing. For those that just want to see the run, then skip to the time on the screen. For the rest of you, I'll show you the card setup, weapons and abilities and stuff. I'll try and be as quick as I can since it's a longer than usual video. The card setup is a 7 times multiplier. We have a maximum handicap of 110 on there, Void Singe, Momentum, Match Game and Extinguish. So Void Singe makes perfect sense to put on since we are dealing with only Void Shields and a lot of them. Plus it ties in with my subclass and my weapons. We have Momentum for our health regen, which is makes this run good also, having this on. Match Game, as it's the highest additive to the card, so it must be on there when we're trying to get 300k plus. Not only that, like I said, we're dealing with a lot of Void Shields. We're actually not having to deal with any other shields. There is Solar Shields at the boss, but we ain't going to be touching that. We ain't going to be dealing with that anyways. So it's just all Void Shields basically. And we have Extinguish on the card also. As for weapons, we have a kinetic sniper rifle on, high impact one, a Dread Adventure. This is probably not the best sniper I could have had on, but it's just what I had handy on me. We have Inaugural Address, obviously top tier pulse rifle, outlaw kill clip of course. Hammerhead with Rampage on it, with extended mag on it, so it's a really good roll for Hammerhead, plus Masterwork as well. As for our armor, we have this helmet on, Skull of Dire Amkara, which basically, as it says, basically gives you, it's like Orpheus Rig is for the Hunter. It just basically does the same thing as that. Nova Bomb kills, grants your super energy. Nothing else with my armor is important. I did happen to have Machine Gun Scavenger on. I didn't have Machine Gun Reserves on, which I should have done ideally, but in the end, it didn't really matter to have that. But that's the weapons and everything. On with the run, so I will explain each segment, the choices that I make and the reasons why I do X, Y or Z, right, basically. So we're gonna have 3 goblins from the start. I like to make an orb between these two. That's really important actually, that I do make that orb. As orb generation, that's all factored into my super, and we're basically trying to string supers as best as we can during this run, which will make more sense as we get into it. So I'm going to come over here, overclock my nade, do that right in the middle, heal and rift, and then just try and kill everything. Do a heal and rift there because if I just stand there, since I've got momentum on, I'm going to get wrecked. So that's just wasting time running around, so heal and rift's perfect to do that there. Once we've got most of everything down, we'll take down the Minotaur down with the machine gun, and we can take out the remaining goblins. Made one mistake there. I should have made an orb off those 2, but in the end it still worked out. There's still enough adds to make orbs off. That one goblin there, do the scan, and then we can skip the train by just coming around here. Don't have to wait for it. Now with these adds in middle, as long as you tag them, once the train runs them over, you still get the points for them. That was the key there. Now we're going to have 2 mages to deal with, one left, one right. Do that. I like to play this bit a little bit slow anyways, because I need to wait for the second train. Reason being, if the second train kills these 2 adds, I can screw my run up, as I need to generate an orb off them. I get my orb, which is good. There'll be a goblin to my right. Once I kill him, I can quick summon my sparrow. See, I'm 90% my super, which is fine. There's still one more opportunity to generate an orb. It's right here, the 2 goblins. Then that's my orb, and then we can then go in and super this Hydra. Use our Nova on this Hydra, and then start working on the rest. This generally gives me half my super, but for whatever reason on this run, the tracking detonators, they went further than they usually do, so I got like 70%, which is perfect for me, as This plays into the next part because I'm going to want another super. So here's another opportunity to generate an orb. Take down the Minotaur's shield and we can snipe him down. Don't want to be wasting heavy right now because of my ammo count. To be honest with you, when I started this Nightfall, I should have rallied a flag. I didn't rally a flag, but in the end it worked out okay. I got a lot of drops. We're just avoiding the trains. We're skipping these ads and we're getting to this section here. So we have our super now, which is fine. So take out all the Vex first before we do anything. Generate orbs as well. Once we're done on that, I'm going to do a super here and backtrack for ammo and my orb. Let the Nova do the work basically. We don't want to be interfering with it, shooting it by accident or something like that. Now we can just snipe off all these mages. Sniper's kind of nice. It one-shots the orange bars once their shield is taken. Just triple tap as well, I like it. Getting more ammo, so we have now maximum ammo. We're pretty good. We're at 80% of our super, which is also good. We want to make here about 3 or 4 orbs before we get to the next Hydra, as we want our super again. This whole run, like I say, is basically stringing Nova bombs and generating orbs to compensate any time where we don't get our Nova when we need it, to be honest. That's the opportunity to get the orbs. And with this Hydra, I like to get him weak, just in case my Nova doesn't kill him, since the Nova might track the goblins before him and maybe get him one shot. Whereas if I get him weak already, this will then make it more consistent. So I'm going to snipe the sniper to my right first, do a Nova in middle, then I work on left straight away. The reason for that is there's urgency with this, because if the trains knock the goblins before I tag them, then I lose on score. This makes this room hard actually. The trains screw it up. So you've got to be quick. Do another Nova bomb in middle. That gives me 80%, which is unfortunate. Usually I get another Nova bomb off that. I could have Nova'd again even. But still no big deal. Can still go through. Good time for a healing rift here, right here. Get out those goblins. Now once we've kind of done all those spawns, we want to push up. We do have a Nova bomb to use also. I use it here, good place to use it. However, the train said otherwise, so that kind of ruined it. But generally I would Nova bomb there and I would have got more than half of my super back. So since my Nova bomb failed on me, then I just used a lot of heavy. I need to get my health back since the boss is going to spawn in middle. Now the idea with the boss is that we want to get him weakish so they spawns more ads in. We don't want to one phase it, we don't want to kill him, since we want to get as much points as we can from this encounter, which there's a lot of orange bars spawn. Same again, there's urgency here to kill those goblins since they're walking on the train tracks. Could lose all their points. Next spawning, which is the last spawn I think. So we'll just take them out with heavy. Once we're good on that, just finish the boss off with machine gun. At this point, I'm looking at my super bar, which is pretty good as we do want it for coming up. Made those orbs there. Plus, I got a brick of heavy. My heavy ammo is not too bad going into this, since I don't tend to use heavy ammo in this next room coming up. In this next room coming up, a lot of it's sniping, sitting back with a pulse.
Getting stomped. The Cabal's seat of power now resides in orbit round Nessus.
In this room there's a lot of score to be got as well, since there's a lot of orange bar Cabal and stuff. There's also a wanted target, which is basically not worth your time. Unless I could have one-shot him with my Nova, which I doubt would have one-shot him because of how tanky the wanted targets are. So he's not part of it. I don't know how much score he's worth at 7 times multiplier either. I do my Nova Bomb there, that gives me 70 to 80% back, which is really good. We're not going to be using our Nova Bomb again. That's for the next section. Which by the time I've killed all these ads, I'll have my Nova back for that. Just have to be careful with this room, since all the nades and stuff like that. Like that I got caught out a little, but can back off, get any orbs that I've generated. Mainly we're just, like I said, playing cautious. You don't have to play it super quick. With these void shield guys, like take their shield first, then one shot their backpacks. Then we'll take them out. Like I say, the main danger is that wanted target. If he gets you in that slow and move, and then starts hitting you with that maneuver that he's doing now, it's pretty much over. You don't want to ruin. I wouldn't want to ruin my run due to him. There's not much left in this room to do. Major left in mid, and I think there's sniper left side, and a couple of red barkabal, and that's about the room done. At this point we're nearly 190k, which is it's a pretty good score for this time. Like I say, if it wasn't for that Nova Bomb missing and hitting that train, I probably would have been 20, maybe even 30 seconds ahead of this. Okay, so now we're approaching the next section. So like I said, we want our Nova Bomb for this section that we're coming to. It's a perfect moment to do it right here. Do a Nova Bomb, and then I like to come back here. It's kind of a safe place for me. Do a heal and rift, take down the bomb, just take down this major at the back. It can be annoying. At that point we just cleared out the remaining ads. Another important thing as well, don't let the ads kill each other if you haven't tagged them. Say like that Vex Minotaur there, like try and get shots in him before I were to kill him. Okay, so once we've cleared that, we're now coming over to the capture points. So of course we're going to pick up the cannon. So for A, it's just basically spawn killing as many goblins as we can. Well, all of them, to be honest. We want all their points. And we don't want them to teleport. We want to minimise how many times they teleport as well. Once they're taken down, I'm concentrating on the other side. So I know there's a major there that I want to get some shots into, so that I get points for him and stuff like that. Nova Bomb B, I don't even shoot over there, just let the Nova Bomb do the work. That will clear out the full capture point, which is amazing. I have loads of heavy ammo drops on the floor, so that gives me license to use a lot of heavy here now. Like I say, I want to get as many tags on the enemies as I can. Well, it's capturing. So we've got C left to get. C can be a pain since the Minotaur on C is just notoriously bad for teleporting around. So my idea is to loop round before he can kind of see me, get Rampage to proc, and then start to plow into him, which staggers him and stops him from teleporting. Now also, sometimes you'll get another Minotaur spawn, sometimes you won't. The second Minotaur is vital actually for my strat. I need the second Minotaur for score. I done a run identical to this and got 295, but I didn't get this Minotaur. But I got 296, something like that. So this Minotaur, I actually did need him on my run. God is quite weak actually. I'm just trying to be mobile. Only got 2 seconds on that point as well, so. Plus I knew there was a Minotaur up, didn't know where he was there, so kill him as well. So once that's captured, we're going to go to the top of the map, and there's going to be 3 Cabal spawn out of this door, and obviously there's the boss to kill. This plays into the strat that we have a Nova Bomb for him. Not only will the Nova Bomb hit him, but it'll clear out a lot of stuff in mid and give us all the points. Once we kill the big guy, we need to get as many tags on these ads as we can, especially there's 3 mages at the back. I need to make sure I at least tag those. We do, we get all those. We didn't get every single ad, but we got enough for a sufficient score. 280k now. I'm just looking for all the bricks that was on the floor, which is really good. So I have maximum ammo going in to the boss. The only thing that I was unhappy about was my Nova not giving me as much super as usually. I get a little bit more than that, so that I would have a Nova for the boss actually, because there's more opportunities to generate more orbs before we get to the boss. So usually I would Nova bomb the boss straight away, but it didn't work out like that. But on the other hand, we have more than enough heavy, which was really good. So at 15 minutes, as we know, the multiplier is going to go down to 3.5, and I'm also going to start to lose score when I'm not killing anything. So when it gets to that 15-minute mark, that's when you've got to start to hurry this boss fight along. You can't really toy around with him. That's why part of my strat was to Nova him from the get-go, but instead we just used heavy and generate any orbs we can from the amount of ads left. And what we're going to do, we're going to come here, it's kind of safe, just to the left of this pillar, overclock my nade, and then just use a round of full magazine of hammerhead on him, which gets him just above half, which is pretty good at this multiplier as well. Once we've done that, we need to come to the back of the map, as the boss will do his solar flare attack. Once he does that, we haven't got much chance to live, so we need to come somewhere safe. It's also a perfect time to do a heal and rift. That's why I have heal and rift on, just for this moment. Plus we have a lot of heavy, so I try and get as much points as I can before the 15-minute mark. We can also use our Nova on the boss. Gets him weak. So we're 293 at 15 minutes. Really good. So now it's a constant battle just to keep your score up as much as possible. And just stay in cover when he does his solar blasts. My goal here now is basically what I'm playing for is my super. Since Nova Bomb does an immense amount of damage to him, that'll be the way I'll finish the boss off. So we're just kind of farming for our super, staying agile with momentum. Never with this boss fight, since I've never really done this boss fight properly, because I always one phase him, but on like a multiplier score like this, you've got to stay, you can't just stay in one place of the map. That's what I'm saying. Put our remaining amount of heavy into the boss, just to get him weak enough. Now we have the big bosses spawning also. There'll be a Cabal guy and a Minotaur. Now if I tag them, I think when they despawn it's the same again, I'll get the score for them. I'll put shots into them as well. So again, I was counting on that he would do his solar flare, so again it's time for heal and rift. At this point now, once his solar flare is done, I'm looking for all my orbs that I made. There was an orb top left which I go for. Get my super, and now we're just kind of waiting for the all in middle like that, so it clears them all out. So then I get like 15k for that Nova Bomb, and I get my Nova back just in case. Yeah, say the boss never died, I could have finished him again. So that 15k really helped in the end to get me 300k plus. But this helmet is insane. I threw 10 plus Novas. I think I threw 11 Novas, I think. But yeah, this helmet's insane. But anyways, that was a 300k solo on Warden of Nothing. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.
I'm sorry.
You're the sorriest thing I ever saw.